Hi, everyone. Welcome to day March 17th. Angela and myself are so happy and excited to be here with y'all. Please make sure that you have somewhere to write down everything that we're going to be learning today. And let's welcome Angela. Hi,
Hi,
Angela.
Cynthia.
Welcome.
Thank you. All right, so we are about at the halfway point in the month of March. So today we will go over as our spotlight, we'll talk about the Vital Use Deep Hydrating Set. This is such a nice set for demonstrations because the products are very luxurious. You get a very silky feeling on your skin afterwards. Great for sensitive skin, dry skin, mature skin, etc. So this is a really cool set that we will be talking about today. Then we'll go through our sales calculations and our direct product link challenge for this week. And for our business tools, we're going to help you for business tools and prospecting. We're going to try to give you a few tips that kind of help you step in the shoes of your consultants on your team or anyone who's, like a new consultant trying to navigate a few of our key things. So for business tools, we're going to look at the consultant enrollment form that your prospects would actually fill out to become a new consultant on your team, just so that you know what exactly that looks like. It's multiple pages. There's a lot of information. You might not get into that to look at it very often. So I want to go through that with you just so that you know, in case you need to help with some troubleshooting, just to be more aware of what people are looking at as they sign up for joining your team. Then for prospecting and sales, we're going to reflect a little bit on the why behind our used business, how that motivates us, how willpower fits in with that why, how to make it happen, how to make sure that that why is really doing its purpose of driving our used business. So we'll be doing a little bit of reflecting and reminders about just habits and mindsets today. And then for tech tips, we're going to go over some best practices for your LinkTree and how to make the most of it. So we're going to start with our product spotlight, which is the Vital Use Deep Hydrating Set. This is going to cover a wide variety of skincare needs for our customers, but it's especially great for sensitive, dry, mature skin types. We're going to get all of those great anti-aging, antioxidant properties from the Edelweiss and Swiss Glacier water, etc. Some of those key vital use ingredients. We are looking at deep, gentle cleansing options, protection from free radicals and environmental stress, products that are going to help stimulate the production of collagen and elastin to bring back that firmness and that elasticity to our skin, day and night hydration options. Like I said, this set really it's a complete set. It has lots of different functions, but very few pieces, very few steps, which is great. And you'll notice it has a lot of our mature skin products. So this is for demanding skin and mature skin. If someone has sensitive, dry type skin, this might be of interest to them as well if it's very high maintenance. But a lot of our anti-aging options in this set. So we have our cleansing gel, which is a really gentle and deep cleanser. It has antioxidant properties with the Edelweiss, and also it's slightly astringent to tighten up our pores with Provence Rose. The Skin Perfecting Serum helps repair, energize, and hydrate our skin. It balances out our skin tone and improves our elasticity. Eye and lip contour cream is going to be for specifically around the eye area, the lip area. It can be used on the forehead. It can even be used on the neck if you have any areas that you need kind of like filling and contouring, those signs of fine lines and wrinkles. So this has that hydrating and firming effect for delicate skin around the eyes and lips to reduce the appearance of wrinkles. Remember, this really helps to plump up and fill in those deeper lines, like laugh lines and things like that we get around those areas of our face that do a lot of moving and bending. And it really helps kind of plump them up and give them that contour, immediate effects with that, but also improved appearance over continued use over a longer period of time. And our deep hydrating cream, which is such a big hit. This one sells out regularly because everyone's so excited about it. So it's a day and night cream that hydrates and renews our skin throughout the day and night. It helps define facial contours. It has a really like a thicker, silkier texture, and is really good for dry skin types, demanding skin types, and mature skin types. So any questions about that set, go ahead and let us know in the chat. If this is a set that you are working on this week to really promote, I'm going to go through our commission calculator just so that you know what those numbers will look like as you set your goals. So if I sell the deep hydrating set and I'm qualifying as a pro consultant, right? That means my personal sales volume is $500 or more. I'm getting that extra 5% bonus. so that my commissions instead of 25 become 30%. So with pro consultant commission at 30%, my commissions per set is going to be $52.65. If you sell one of these sets, that's what you're earning. So I need to sell at least 3 of these sets to achieve my pro consultant status. And so if I sell 3 sets at that pro consultant commission rate, I will be earning $157.95 with just selling 3 of these sets. So this is definitely worth our time, definitely worth our effort. Like I said, this is a great set to promote in an actual in-person spa, or if you're sending samples out to a customer to let them feel these, they smell amazing, they feel so luxurious on your skin, and they really provide that spa-like experience for your customers. Just a reminder to keep reaching out and sharing the Vital Use line in more virtual ways. And don't be afraid to use that PDF that we shared a couple of weeks ago, that Vital Use Skincare Spa to Go. You should have that PDF available in the weekly from the beginning of the month. If we get a chance, maybe Cynthia or Cesar, if we could add it to the chat for those who are here, just as a quick reminder, that would be great. But this is available in your consultant app and also in the Used Weekly. So this is just one sheet that you can use to send out samples and kind of spa instructions for a skincare spa for your customers. But it's also just a really nice one-page guide for the whole Vital Use line. If you are doing a demonstration, if you're doing quick social media content, etc., this is kind of a cool resource that I put together, just tried to condense the information as much as I could into a one-page format. So make sure you're putting that to use this month as well. So for our consultant challenge this week, we're going to focus on the deep hydration set, the Vital Use deep hydration set. So go along with me, get a device out. If you're using one for listening to Zoom and doing this at the same time, that should work as well. You'll be able to bounce back and forth. So open your personal website in a browser. Remember, we don't do this step with our direct product link from the consultant app. This is always through a browser so that it's accessible to someone who's not a consultant, right? And from there, we're going to click on shop. So go into your little menu and click on shop. From there, we are going to go into sets or offers, or you can search in the search bar the name of the deep hydrating set. And once you have found it, click on it and open it up to that actual set. Remember, there's one that's called the Vital Use Mature Skin Set. That's a different one. This is the Deep Hydrating Set. It's a little different. Click on it, open it up. And once you have actually clicked on the name and opened it to the page that's just for this set, go ahead and click on the URL at the top. And it should select the link for you, where it should be selected. You just click on it once it's selected, and you should have some options pop down. Click on copy, and that is what you will take to bit.ly to shorten it if you haven't done so already. That's the link that you will take to your LinkTree. If you are promoting this, you want to make sure you have that present on your LinkTree. And also you will send that to Cesar, whether it's the original link or the bit.ly shortened link, to let him know that you are going to work on promoting this set this week, and hopefully earn some cool incentives for that as well. So make sure you copy, and I like to add this to my notes as well, just to keep it easy to grab and go as I work throughout the week. So make sure you do those quick things with that link as you have it open and ready to go on your device. So our promotion, our consultant challenge for this week is to sell 1 or more Vital Use Deep Hydrating sets between now and Thursday to get Eucosol bath salts. This is amazing, right? Sell 1 of these sets to earn your own Eucosol bath salts. Just remember that you have to send the link to Cesar right away so that he knows you're participating. And this will include any sets that you sell via your personal website. It will exclude spa, PCC, and consultant orders. Any questions? I'm very excited about this one. We need a refill of Eucosol bath salts at my house, so it's definitely on my to-do list. Okay, awesome. So that's Monday through Thursday. Make sure you write that down on your to-do list. And then, like I said, one of our goals in this webinar today is to help you kind of step in the shoes of a newer consultant or a consultant on your team that's either getting started or is trying to get started with sales, etc. So first, we're going to look at the business tools and just take a closer look at the consultant enrollment form. Let me know, just a one in the chat, if you've ever had someone, they've said, yes, I want to join your team. You send them the link and all of a sudden they have questions coming up and you can't picture the form in your brain. And it's really hard to answer those questions that are coming up. This has happened to me before because I just as a consultant, I've already signed up years ago and I haven't looked at that form in a while, right? So we wanted to give you just kind of an overview of what that looks like, how to get there, how to share it, and how to navigate the pages in case your consultants who are signing up have questions, which they probably will. So remember that when we want to send the link for someone to sign up as a consultant on our team, we go into our personal or into our consultant app. We click on sponsoring. We choose whether they're signing up as consultant, PCC member, or retail. So in this case, we'd go to consultant. And that opens up the form, the enrollment form for a consultant. Now, right now it's in our app, so we need to click on the little share icon at the top. It looks like a partial triangle, right? Kind of like a greater than, less than sign. Click there, and remember to choose copy from your phone's menu so that you have that link ready to share with your prospect. When we share the link with our prospect and we take it into a messaging service, this is an example of what it looks like in WhatsApp, but if you take it into a messaging service and paste it, a lot of times we see that little Firestorm standard error, which is a website thing that we cannot just fix and make it go away. So a quick fix for that is just when you put the link in, also click on that little plus button and add an image with it. So it can be an image of one of our used icons or, like a page from the used opportunity guide, something like that. But just share an image along with the text to your link as you send it to the person so that it looks nice and that format looks really professional. Because especially if this is someone who you've started contact with online or something like that, you just want it to look clean and trustworthy. And if they see an error message with the link, they're going to be like, oh, I wonder if I should click on that, right? So just clean it up by putting the link and an image along with it, and that will have that really nice presentation when they are signing up. So your prospect will click on that link and it will open up the form for them to fill out. I would recommend maybe that they do this on an actual computer, laptop, something like that. It's a little bit easier to see on a normal web browser, but it will work either way for them. So on the first page, they are going to fill out their first name, their last name, their email that they want associated with their used account, their password, their website name. Now, here's where you'll get a lot of questions, right? They're going to say, it's telling me to pick out a website name. What do I do, right? So you will just want to let them know that it has to be something original that no other consultant has chosen yet. A lot of times it is their name or something related to their name. So maybe I am typing in on my website, Angela Rodriguez. Oh, but there's like a lot of Angela Rodriguez's in the world, right? So maybe we already have an Angela Rodriguez. That website is already taken from Used USA. So maybe I try Angela Marie or something like that related to my name. If your consultant has a special spelling of their first name, they might be able to just do their first name. My website has Wisconsin in it, but that kind of can be limiting, right? Like if I were to move to another state, that might cause issues. So just try to help them come up with a website name related to their name, something that's going to be able to adapt and change with them over time, and remind them to keep track of that, right? So as you fill out your password that you decide, as you write down, as you decide what your used website's going to be, keep track of those things so that you have them right away as you get started, right? Okay, then the next page is going to be asking them for their phone number. Their birthday is optional, and then their shipping address. On page 3, it asks them to choose a consultant kit. So remember, we have the spa business kit, which has more products, more full-size products, and is $189 for that kit. And the other option is the virtual kit, which is $80. It has more of like the travel size items for them to try. And then they also have to choose between those two types of sets and if they want it in English or in Spanish. This is important because it also will depend on, like where they get signed up in our system as English consultants or Spanish consultants. So just have that talk. Do you plan on reaching out more in English or in Spanish to your customer base, right? And as we know, they can always go in and order more materials in either language from their consultant catalog as needed. Okay, then now we know that we have those 3 enrollment specials that they can choose from. So the free breathing selection they can add on for a great price of $72 instead of $123. Or they can add on the face care selection that's $99 instead of $171 with the basic skincare set, or an aromatherapy selection for $72 instead of $124, which it would normally retail at. So they get to choose one of those options, and it will say limit 1, right? Cesar, can you clarify? I know this is optional, but can they choose more than one of these enrollment specials, or is it only one? I feel like I'm not very clear on that part of this. Cesar or Cynthia, if you know the answer to that. So
Again, your question?
Yeah. So on this section, right, where they get to choose the free breathing selection, the face care selection, or the aromatherapy selection to add on to their consultant kit, can they only choose one of them?
One of them.
One
So
of these 3 add-ons, right? Okay.
yes, but they
Okay.
can add the one of each if they
Oh, they
want.
can do. Okay.
It's
Okay.
one of each only in
Okay.
that time.
Okay.
It, not choose 2 or 3, just one of each. If they want one of each, fantastic. It's just
Okay.
one, it's okay.
Okay, but they couldn't do 2 free breathing selections, right?
Yes.
That's where it says limit 1. Okay, that was my question where I all of a sudden felt not so sure about that piece of it. So they can add the free breathing selection and the face care selection and the aromatherapy selection, but not multiples of any of those. Okay,
Correct.
perfect. Thank you for clarifying. So here is where they can add on those enrollment specials. This is an important piece where hopefully you've already had a conversation with them of where do they want to start really focusing when they promote use products with their business. Are they going to focus on respiratory care? Are they going to focus on skincare? Are they going to focus on aromatherapy? Things like that. They can get started with those products in their kit right away. Okay. All right. Then at the last page, this is the 5th page. So see where it's just helpful to know what this looks like. This is what the 5th page looks like. So it will show at the top which kit that they showed. They will be able to confirm that they chose the spa or the virtual in English or in Spanish, etc. They will put in their payment information. That is the payment information that they're also going to be charged for their personal website with after those first 2 months. And then they verify their shipping address. They put in their social security number for tax purposes. If you have shared a coupon or gift certificate and PIN or anything with them as like some kind of promotion, you could give them that information and they could apply it here in special codes. We don't typically use that. We have a good price on our consultant kit anyways. And then they'll have their total, they click to agree to terms and conditions, and they complete their enrollment. So just so that you can see kind of that's what this setup looks like. It will help you help them, right, through troubleshooting. And just as they have questions, you'll have that image kind of in your brain of what this looks like. So just for those of you who haven't done this in a while, right, you'll have an idea of what that process looks like for troubleshooting and support. Remember, it's kind of a lot of a conversation with your prospects as they're signing up to be a new consultant on your team. You want to incorporate the last S in sales of that support and follow up even as they're signing up to join your team. So also as a way to kind of set ourselves in, put ourselves in the shoes of a newer consultant or someone who's trying to rebuild their business or really get their business off the ground. We want to review how to look at the why behind your own business, your own used business, but also this will help you kind of have those coaching conversations with the people on your team if you're working with them so that they can meet those pro consultant goals, so that they're making meaningful income with their used business, so that they're feeling motivated and successful with their strategies. This is also a good mindset as kind of a starting point of the why behind your used business, right? Why are we here? Why are we doing this? What do we want to achieve with it? So one big thing is the why tends to be our motivation, right? It's that little match that lights the candle, right? It's what got this thing started. It's that thing that kind of moved them towards the action of signing up as a consultant on your team. It's the reason why they want to achieve this goal. It sparks action. They signed up, they talked to you, etc., right? So some of their whys might be something about just wanting more flexible schedule, right? So they want to make time for themselves. They want to make time for their family. They need flexibility, etc. Maybe they joined Youth because they want more work-life balance. They want more time for their family. They want to grow and see others grow. They want more time for hobbies and other activities, other interests. They might just be signing up for more personal growth. They're interested in the training opportunities that we offer, and they want to be able to share that information with others to improve their well-being. A lot of us join as well for that sense of belonging and connection with other people who are like-minded. So working within a team, sharing ideas, sharing ideals, etc. A lot of us are working towards building a career, right? This can be a significant source of income as well. So leading a team, helping others develop their skills, really taking on that leadership role of helping others, that making everything that you do duplicable so that they can follow a similar path and achieve similar results. Financial freedom, so enjoying a healthy income, achieving your dreams. A lot of Youth consultants might have a particular project or expense in mind. Maybe they need a new vehicle and they want to earn enough to make the payments on it. Maybe they want to remodel their kitchen and they're saving towards that and they have some specific numbers in mind. You can help them use those calculations and break them down into their own goals as well, and for yourself as well. Or a lot of direct sales motivation comes from the incentives, like our trips, right? Like maybe you want to go on a cruise in Brazil, right? So traveling the world, that leisure time, vacations, and being able to take your business with you as you do things is also a really cool perk that we have to offer. So those are kind of the whys for a lot of people. If you have your why in a short phrase that you would like to share, we'd love to hear from you in the chat. But it's usually something that can be narrowed down into a pretty specific goal. So if you are a team leader, or if you're just working on your own motivation, your own why, try to narrow it down into something a little bit more specific. Remember when we talked about SMART goals, something that is specific and it is like you have a specific measurement for it, and it's achievable and it's realistic and it's time-based, right? Like setting those SMART goals. If you can take your why and funnel it into something really specific, that is where it really truly starts to motivate your actions, because you can see yourself achieving things towards that goal when it's really specific. If you just say, oh, I want to make some extra money, it doesn't feel as motivating because you don't get to see the progress towards that specific goal. Right? So now if your motivation, the why behind your business is the spark, is the match that lights the candle, well, what do we call that piece that keeps it burning, that keeps you going, that keeps you putting in those minutes and trying those new strategies and reaching out to new people? What do we call that other piece of it? We have our motivation, and then let me know in the chat if you remember it. Make sure I can see your answers. What's that other piece? We have motivation, and then the part that's kind of like our discipline of like, how do we stay disciplined and consistent and help ourselves or our teammates achieve such things? I'm not seeing it yet. It is called our willpower. So our willpower is the part that keeps it burning, right? Like this is the part that keeps that motivation rolling. It's the thing that puts it into action. Our willpower is really like a muscle that we have to work out, that we have to make it practice so that we have the ability to control our actions, to manage our reactions, and to create good habits that kind of control these different urges that can lead us astray sometimes in order to achieve something, even when it's challenging, right? So that is our willpower. It's like a muscle. We need to exercise and practice with this in order to make these goals happen. So make sure that you know what is your why, which is your motivation that sparked you into action with use, but also make sure that you're having good habits that help you with that willpower piece to keep making these things happen. So how do we improve our willpower? What are some things that we can do to practice, to have it present every day and to keep making progress towards those goals? Well, we have a vision board created, right, since December and January for this year with our why and our goals specifically laid out in a visual format with pictures and things that are going to motivate us, right? And it's in our face all the time. We have time boxing where we're balancing our work and personal life by using time boxing is a skill, which means every time I have a task that I have to accomplish during the day, I take a moment to think, how long do I need to accomplish this, right? I set a timer and it helps me power through what I need to do. And then when my timer goes off and I'm done, I get that sense of accomplishment. If you have a checklist, if you have an agenda, wherever you get that sense of accomplishment that you've gotten one thing done, and then you get to move on to the next. You can use this timing strategy for business. Like you have 30 minutes to sit down and contact existing vital use customers or something like that, right? Like you set a timer and you get to work and you stay focused on that task. It creates like a sense of urgency and better work mode, right? You can also use this for things in your personal life. Like I am going to take 20 minutes to go for a walk or go for a run because it's going to be good for my health, for my mental health. I'm going to do something for myself. These 20 minutes, I can set a timer for that as well. Or I have to cook dinner. That should take me about 20 minutes. I'm going to set a timer and get it done, right? I have to wash dishes. I'm either going to delegate it to someone else or we're going to work together. I'll even do this with cleaning my house. Family, I'm setting a timer for 20 minutes and everyone is cleaning up this house, right? And we all work together. So little things like that, it creates that sense of urgency and productivity, and it helps us get these important things done quickly so that we can achieve more than just cooking dinner in the evening or just going for that run, right? Like it helps us maintain some structure in our day and make efficient use of those minutes that we have. So that's called time boxing or just chunking your time. But use a timer to set a goal for your time, set the timer, let it go off, and try to keep your activities within those periods of time. All right, another good trick for building up that willpower that we need so much is just via practice and reminders and making it visual, making it appealing. So I want to give you a little example of mine. So part of my willpower goals that I am successful with most of the time. I can't say I'm 100% perfect, but I am a 5 a.m. clubber, right? Like I need to get up at 5 a.m. so that I have an hour of quiet, productive time to get things accomplished before my kids get up at 6:30, right? So like I have from 5 to 6 to just work on things. And then I can start my shower and my daily routine. So this did not come out of nowhere, right? First, I read the books or the articles. I was informed on how much power being up at 5 a.m. and taking advantage of that hour in the morning can really have on my success. I know myself. I know that I need some peace and quiet in order to stay focused. I know that I need to stop hitting my snooze button because it is terrible for my sleep cycles, right? Every time I hit snooze, I start a new sleep cycle and then I interrupt it over and over again. And then I feel like garbage, right? So I might as well just get up at 5 and just do the things, right? So in order to be successful with that, in order to build that willpower muscle of like pulling myself out of bed at 5 a.m., I need to set myself up for success. I put my phone, which is my alarm, plugged in so that I have enough battery on my dresser on the other side of my room. So at night, I set my alarm. I make sure the volume is good. I set it up to charge, but far away from me. It means I'm not scrolling late at night. It means that my phone is in a place where I have to get up out of bed to go turn it off, which is the first step towards success, right? And I also know that my house is cold in the morning because I live in the Midwest and it's cold in the morning, right? So I also have like a special shawl. I have my blankets. I program my coffee or tea to be ready by 5 a.m. So I get downstairs and there's immediately something warm for me to drink while I'm working. I have my blankets. I have my comfy comfy spot. I have my little lap desk. I have my laptop ready to go, and I get to work right away in something that's comfy and appealing and meeting all my needs for the morning. I used to try to get up and work out at 5 a.m. and I was like, yeah, this is not the time for working out. I could not make that appealing to myself. Some of you might be better at that, but this is a good work time strategy for me that's worked up really well. And I also need to hold myself accountable by it's usually my husband coming back from the gym, because he gets up early to go play soccer and work out and stuff. So he'll come home and he'll be like, did you get up at 5? And then I have to report if I was successful or not. So there's like this whole sense of creating habits, but you really have to set yourself up for success. It doesn't have to feel like torture, but little things like this help you find a new habit, create it in a way that really works for your brain, and be able to stick to it. So hopefully that example kind of sticks with you so that you can apply whatever your next goal is with those same kinds of strategies. You have to set yourself up for success. You have to hold yourself accountable, and you have to set it up in a way that is appealing and fun for you as well. So this whole strategy of thinking about our why, our motivation, and building the habits to have that willpower to keep it going is part of the S in sales method, the last S, which is the supporting customers or supporting new consultants. Like, having these good habits helps us coach our new consultants or existing consultants towards success, right? We have to be in a good place in order to be those good leaders that we are always striving to be. And just remember, whether it's you or the consultants on your team, those little small steps every day are what are going to lead us to our goals. You don't want to think of it as like your goal is a sandwich. You have to eat it one bite at a time, or there's going to be problems, right? You can't just shove the whole sandwich in. It's not going to work. So those small steps every day, practice that willpower every day, and you will start to see results leading you up to those goals, right? So hopefully that just helps you kind of take that moment of reflection. I know we talked a lot about goals in January, but we're in March. We need that little refresher. And a lot of us are working on those pro consultant goals, either for ourselves or for our team. So hopefully that helps guide those conversations and that coaching that you are working on. All right, and so our last tip of the day is our tech tip. We wanted to just do a quick LinkTree review. What are our best practices on our LinkTree? A lot of us are promoting the skincare virtually, or a lot of us are following Mari Carmen Armenta's tips that she gave us a couple weeks ago for posting to TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, etc. And we need an easy one-click shopping experience for that virtual presence or that long distance presence that we have with our customers. So when we are using our LinkTree, right, we're going to go into our LinkTree and log in. You should be able to go to linktr.ee/admin and log in to your own account. Just go into the LinkTree website and you should be good to go. Remember that we are going to add our links for different sets and key products that we are promoting in LinkTree. You're going to edit the name of it. And then on the second line, you'll see the actual link to where it leads. And then it creates this cute little button for your customers to click on from your LinkTree. We want to add direct product links to our LinkTree using that same system we use every week of getting the URL from our shopping website and bringing it over to add a new link to our LinkTree, right? We've gone over this before. We know how to click add link and put in the URL, give it a title, good to go. We know that we can update our LinkTree by changing the order. So when you're in edit mode, on the left, you'll see like 6 little dots on the left-hand side. So that's where you can click and drag your links up and down so that you can prioritize what needs to be on the top. This might change every month based on what you're really promoting more. You can also toggle links on and off. So if there's something you're not really currently talking about, but you don't want to delete it, don't delete it. Just toggle it off so it's not visible, and you can toggle it back on later if you need to, okay? And yeah, so don't delete the links you've already created. Just keep them for later, toggle them on and off. All right, and then just overall best practices for your LinkTree, update them regularly with your focus products. So for a lot of you, it might be the offers, the promotions from that month, but for some of you, you might be focused on just respiratory care. You might be focused on aromatherapy. Maybe you do the aromatherapy blends and things like that. So just whatever your focus products are, make sure that you're updating it regularly with what you're most sharing with your customer base. Also, on the little buttons where you put in the little title for your button, it's helpful if you put a little short description to help people remember what that product is for. So people might see a reel that you posted about fatigue, but then they get to your Linktree and it says Guducci Revitalizer, but they can't remember that that's the name of the thing, right? So so if you put a little, if the title is Guducci Revitalizer, then in parentheses just write fatigue or natural endorphin boost or whatever language you've been using to promote that, okay? So that short little description is helpful. You don't have to get too wordy with that, but just a little guide for people when they reach your Linktree is helpful. Add direct links to the shopping site instead of your personal website. So that shopping is a faster experience. We want the fewest clicks possible. So instead of linking to your personal website, link to the product on the shopping site, just like we do every week when we practice our direct product link consultant challenge. And make sure that on your Linktree, you're including sets so that as you're talking about a whole skincare need, for example, they can find that set really easily. And then you will have some key individual products as well. Like maybe you talk about 31 herbal oil a lot. Maybe you talk about Deo Intim a lot, things like that. Some of those you'll have as individual products, but you'll definitely want to be promoting with sets as often as you can. Okay, any questions about that? Any other best practices you can think of? We'd love to hear from you in the chat as well. All right, so our call to action for this week, please send your direct product link for the featured set, the deep hydration set, to Cesar today. Please take a moment to reflect on your why and the willpower and the habits that you need to achieve it. If you need help with that, let us know. We're happy to coach you through that as well, or you can reach out to your team leader as well. Please talk with the consultants on your own team to better understand how to cheer them on and coach them towards their why, towards their pro consultant goals, towards whatever is next in their career plan with Yoast. And remember to focus on selling that $500 in products and sets to be a pro consultant this month. Our monthly incentive will be going through the 20th, I believe. I don't have the flyer up right now, but that deadline is coming up quickly for the extra incentive that comes along with that. So thank you so much to those of you who are here catching the replay. Thanks for taking the time to catch up. Those of you who are here live, please stay tuned for just a few time-sensitive reminders.